How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Down to Earth with Kristian Harloff. This is our Monday through Friday UAP news channel where we try to get you guys the latest in the updates for the UAP phenomenon. If you're brand new to the channel, you've never been here before, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 30,000, right around the corner. So we hope that you'll join us. We just launched memberships on the channel also, so we have a little bonus content for you guys if you want to interact with us and do all that stuff and be part and talk to other people interested in the topic. Think about it today. But one of the things to think about is we talk about on this channel all the time with the potential of disclosure and how important it is that the government, at least people in the government, are trying to get certain things passed, right? Well, Senator Rounds and Schumer are both two of the major members who are trying to get the Disclosure Act passed, and they had the Schumer Rounds bill that was introduced last November, or last December rather, that was passed, kind of. There was some stuff that was passed, and some of the stuff that even was passed hasn't even really gone into effect, I think, until like October. But a lot of the stuff that really was going to push everything forward got taken out, got gutted by a lot of different people, mostly Arrow, which it turns out was running the ship and saying, no, everything that they want in there, take that out, which is a bit counterproductive when the major government organization of Arrow is working against the government. So there's two sides fighting against each other. Well, there's been a lot of movement or talk about the Rounds-Schumer bill being reintroduced this December. Matt Laslo had a discussion with Rounds and caught up to him, and Matt does such a great job over on Escapole every single time that he can, talking to people in Washington, he really does seem like the only person actually even asking these questions. And it's not like they laugh him off the floor when he asks. It's like, yeah, thanks for asking me. This is important stuff we're working on. And it's like Matt's the only person asking. It's probably a good thing for Matt that he's the only one asking. But I wish there'd be some more people in Washington also following Matt's lead. But nonetheless, this is Matt's interview that he was able to. He saw Rounds and he went up to him and asked him some questions. And this is what he said.
Hey, how you doing, Senator?
Good. How you doing?
Living the dream.
2 days. Finally caught me.
I'm patient. I was curious. I've heard you right yesterday. NDAA. Yeah. Patient. Hey, how you doing, Senator?
Good. How you doing?
Living the dream.
2 days. Finally caught me.
I'm patient. I was curious. I've heard you right yesterday. NDAA. Yeah. Who's been predicting that?
What's my guess?
Same. We really have a conference committee.
I think the fact that Senator Schumer doesn't want his people to vote on anything or any amendments.
Yeah.
I think the best hope we've got is pre-conference with the House, and then have the House send us a message that's basically is privileged, so it can come in and then it becomes an up or down vote. I think that's going to be the only way this is going to happen in the near term. And I'm just being practical. Not that I support that approach. I'd much rather have an open amendment process, but I suspect that might be what they're thinking.
What would that mean for the new UAPDA?
I think it might be in there because, at least I think we got a shot at it because I think anything that comes over would be with a manager's package that we're putting together now. And large manager's package over here, and then do a.
Sorry, ma'am.
There's a pretty good manager's package being developed, I think. So if you take what came out of committee along with a consensus manager's package on stuff, and then pre-conference that with the House.
But last year, that Schumer amendment, the PDA got
right,
gutted.
But I think we're still working with the House. And
what are the tweaks that you think can maybe win them over?
Maybe more of a comfort level that they would have in terms of what our goal is.
Yeah.
And you still got to protect sensitive information here. And I think that's the concern they had. And I don't disagree with it. It's one of the reasons why I got involved in this in the first place, was to have a legitimate way to do this, but still protecting the vital, sensitive things that we are doing. So,
who are you negotiating with over there? Is it Intel? or
Well,
armed services?
both, but Intel's got a big part of it.
Of this, the UAP.
They did last year, So.
Interesting. Because they kind of deny it.
Of course.
Yeah. That's the nature of it.
That's the nature of the game.
That's the nature of the game.
Okay. So, unfortunately, after hearing that interview, I have to be honest with you, it just kind of, to me, cements exactly what we've been talking about on this channel for at least the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I'm sure we'll talk about it on UAP Tuesday tomorrow. As more and more people are getting hopeful, it doesn't sound like Rounds is very hopeful, to be honest. And he's one of the main guys leading it. And he says, again, what I think a lot of us say, which is one of the main reasons they're trying to block this thing is they don't want information out there that's going to give up secrets, or not even necessarily of what's out there, but necessarily what the technology that they're working on, and trying to protect it and trying to essentially cover it up. And he's like, yeah, it's the nature of the beast. So that's how it works. And they just had to figure out what stuff they can get approved. And they're going back and forth on it. But the way he talks about it, it's like, yeah, we'll see. We got some hope on it, but it doesn't seem very hopeful at all, to be honest. And it's not like very definitive. And we're like, no, this is what's going to happen. We're going to present this thing in December. And when we present it, we're going to be saying this, this, and this. We're introducing this. We're doing this, and we'll be able to do that. He seems like he's as defeated as Burchett. He's just not as open about it. It seems like. Just seems like he's not, it's almost like he should have said, there's an outside shot. Maybe it happens. Don't hold your breath. That's what I got out of this interview. Because I kept saying over and over and over again, I don't understand what the difference is this time as opposed to the last time. And it thinks it's just like, yeah, we just go through the motions and just trying to get it passed every year. They keep saying no, but we keep trying until something breaks, until we get more information or another leak happens or something. So I wouldn't get your hopes up, guys, at all at this point. As it was coming up and more people were talking about it, I was like, oh, maybe they got a shot at this thing. But this interview for me with Round saying it, yeah, I don't think there's a shot in hell that this thing goes through. So there's other ways, I guess. We'll see what happens with the book. We'll see what happens with these hearings that are supposed to happen. Will that affect it? Maybe. Maybe if these hearings are actually do something and push the needle forward a little bit, then maybe that changes what happens here in December. But I have become, as I think I was on Friday's video, I want to make it very clear that I'm very much, my thought process on, do I believe everything that I believed when I was as enthusiastic that things were going to come out? Yeah, I still believe the same stuff. My opinion hasn't changed of the stuff that I believe, but my skepticism has grown tremendously when it comes to whether or not we're going to ever get information about it to the public, because it just seems like, and even the people who are the ones that are in the front, they're clearly, as we know, because of what's coming up in November, not their primary focus, which is so crazy to me. Or maybe not, when you just think about like what the real information could be, that's what the human race is, that we just got to keep it quiet for as long as possible because it's our secret, and we have to protect technology secrets, then give people the real information because we hold the power, and you little ones don't get to know until we tell you, until someone breaks the system with their game. It's the worst. It's the worst. But it's even, you listen to Rounds when Matt asked him about, well, is that, they're hiding it or whatever he said at the end, basically, that there's the fact that they're covering up, they don't want it to know the secret about it. He's like, yeah, it's the name of the game. And he knows, he's a career politician. He knows how it works. The average person is just, well, most people aren't even paying attention to it about this topic, but the people who are paying attention to this, if you're watching this channel, I'm talking to you, you should be extremely frustrated with this. This was a frustrating interview. Not anything Round said. That's exactly what he should have said. He's trying, but I think he's frustrated too. And I think it's just this news that comes out. I am going to be less hopeful about it until there's some kind of breaking story or something that someone who covers this, more than I do, knows more than I do about this subject, which is tons of people like that, says, no. This one, this is real. This is going to happen now. They can't fight this, and I'll tell you why. And it makes me go, huh? But I don't got that. I don't have that. This is just more so of, well, we're going to try to get it up the committee. We're going to put this forward out there. We're going to say this, but here's what needs to happen. I really wish it was this, but instead it's that. It seems to me that once again, they ain't working together. That's what it seems like to me. But, that's one man's opinion here. I really want to see the comments on this one. Have to see the comments on this one of whether you think, am I getting too skeptical on this particular thing? Or no. He's not saying that it's not going to happen. He's just saying that there's a couple other things that they have to maneuver in order to make it happen. When I hear, politicians say what he says, it's like, guys, it was in the way that he presented his answer when Matt asked him the question that it didn't come off of someone who's like, oh, wait, let me tell you what we got going on. I was like, yeah, it's part of the thing we're going to try to do, but I don't know. It doesn't really seem like it's going to happen. But that's what I got. So what say you guys? You guys, you excited about this? You not excited about this? You think it's going to be something at all? Put your comments in there. Tell me what you think. I do have an episode of UAP Tuesday coming out tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. I'll be here. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. Everywhere podcasts are found, so make sure you check us out there. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a membership page now. Doesn't take away anything. Well, I'm not a member. I'm getting paid, and I'm getting. I have to pay now. Not for this. Not for the same thing I've been doing. We have some extra bonus content. So if you want some bonus content, you want to hang out with me a little bit more, talk about some UAP stuff, talk with some other people who are curious about it, then head on over there. And then I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.